Ben McQuinney Outdoor Radio and Ben McQuinney Outdoors have combined forces with the Toronto Sportsman Show to give you more outdoor action. Listen to special hints and tips in each episode and posting across the Ben McQuinney Outdoor Network for your chance to win a ticket to the Toronto Sportsman Show, Canada's biggest and best outdoor show, February 6th to the 9th. Stay tuned. Ben McQuinney Outdoor Radio is brought to you by AnglersChoice.ca, the Angler's Choice in handmade soft plastics. Also presented to you by Handlebars Muskie Lures, Zing the Bling, Frantic Big Game Baits, Keith's Trophy Fishing, Fish NV Guide Service, and Husky Muskie Leaders. You're listening to Ben McQuinney Outdoor Radio. Outdoor Radio Network. On the line is Shimano Canada Pro Staff and St. Lawrence heavyweight champ Dale McNair. Dale, thanks for stopping by and talking fishing.
Great, Ben. It's a pleasure to be here.
So I got to tell you, every time I turn around, there's something new in my mailbox from Dale, and it's another big muskie.
Yeah, we got another big one in our boat this year, November 16th, at about 6 p.m., full moon, and the G. Loomis 8.6 muskie rod fires off. Ben, I've heard Takotas scream with, when you're trolling and they're firing off.
Yeah.
I never heard a Takota scream so loud on this fish. It was unbelievable. Julie grabbed the rod. And, long story short, this thing Julie fought this thing amazingly. 57 by 28, and we just got word last Friday that she won the Muskies Inc. North America Women's Largest Muskie. Now, that's 2 years in a row. And, congratulations, Julie.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Congratulations, Julie. Amazing, And just before we started here, we were talking about how women are getting more and more into muskie fishing, and that's fantastic for a Canadian. Way to go, Canada! Way to go, Julie!
No, exactly.
To get into an American publication such as Muskie Inc., which both like Muskies Canada promote the welfare of the muskie fishery. That's fantastic.
Exactly. In 2008, when I caught that big girl. But they brought me down and traveled all through the States to the different muskie shows, etc. And I joined Chapter 57 out of Washington State due to the fact that my fish was 57 inches long. And, to this day, I've never attended a meeting. I get all their newsletters, I get all their stuff, and they want me to go down there and fish for hybrid muskies. But, we send them pictures and all that every year, and they just love having us as members of their club.
That's fantastic. Now let's. We were talking a little bit before we got on the air here, and you had mentioned teeing the hooks. Now, I've only heard that phrase a few times. What is the purpose of that? And if you could tell our listeners the importance or just the practicality of teeing your hooks.
Well, number one, when you tee your hooks, you're saving. The way your lure or the hook is running when you're trolling, your barbs all three of them are in the hook set position. They're the two sides are out alongside the lure, and the third one is straight down. On a regular treble that's out there, the hooks are pointed in less chance of a hookup. And if you look at a bait, if you've never teed your hooks before, that's what's scratching up all your bait and taking all the paint and everything off of it.
As it moves through the water. Yes.
Exactly. And, you look at those, a lot of the guys are running Believers and Jakes and stuff like that. You can see where those trebles are actually gouging and wearing down right into the bait itself.
Huh. There you go. There you go, folks. Tee your hooks, especially for trolling those big baits.
Definitely it works. It definitely works. You got better hookup percentages.
There you go. Now, Dale, you're like, I would say, classic muskie nut. Now, for our listeners out there, like, it gets hot. We both know, like, down your area of Ottawa, it gets hot. It got hot this year, and it sure got hot here in Waterloo. Whew, man. So, do you go muskie fishing, or would you just bag off and go fish for something else?
The last couple of years, when the water temperatures get up in those big high 70s, 80, low 80 degrees, we stay off the water. In our club, I even try to stress it to all our new members and that stuff, just to stay off the water. The muskies are not going to survive a big battle in those hot temperatures, and I got into bass fishing. I love smallmouth fishing in the summertime. Down in the St. Lawrence River, drop shotting with, Shimano rod reel and the new Jekyll baits.
Mm-hmm.
I could spend the whole day out there drop shotting, knowing that in the fall, those muskies that I'm going to go and target are going to be energetic, and when I do catch and release, they're going to survive the release.
Fantastic. That's sage advice for sure. So, if it's too hot to fish for muskie, go fish for bass, or stay home and drink iced tea.
Exactly. Or, there's lots of other species you can go and target out there. But, yeah, let the muskies, let them sit there and just relax, because those hot temperatures it's just too much for them.
All right, we're going to take a break, folks, so we'll be back with more Dale McNair right after this message.
Ben McQuinney Outdoor Radio and Ben McQuinney Outdoors have combined forces with the Toronto Sportsman Show to give you more outdoor action. Listen to special hints and tips in each episode and posting across the Ben McQuinney Outdoor Network for your chance to win a ticket to the Toronto Sportsman Show, Canada's biggest and best outdoor show, February 6th to the 9th. Stay tuned.
All right, folks, we're back with my guest, Dale McNair, the St. Lawrence heavyweight champ. Big fish coming out there. And the thing is, everybody wants the belt. And the thing is, you got to kill a fish. If you want it that bad, prove it. Bring the fish out, have it measured, dissected, and the numbers crunched and put into the books.
Right.
I can't see any other way. Can you?
Not really. There's the IGFA, which came out in 2009. They have a length record now, where you need to order one of their boards, have it on board with you, pictures taken, which is a length record. Grip does not come into place.
Okay.
I'm all for this. I have no problem with this at all. It is a length record, and Dr. Carlson right now has that record. Earlier in the year, or 2 days earlier, a guy caught one that was 130 centimeters, and then Dr. Carlson beat it by 2 centimeters. There's a modern day record which is now being held by the boys out of Michigan at 58 pounds. I just wish that there was a world record.
Well, and it's
going to happen.
That's the thing. There's that great white buffalo that all you muskie nuts, myself included, are chasing down, and it is like a 60+ inch fish.
Exactly. Now,
does it exist? Probably.
I think it does.
If we're already tipping the
fish came in, if you use the standard formula, the fish came in at 77.5 pounds.
Yeah, there you go.
What formula you want to use,
That's a big
folks
fish.
brought it down to 65 and a quarter,
Yeah.
which just above Ken O'Brien's fish, which is fine.
Yeah.
But, if you're going to use a formula for one fish, it should be used for all fish.
There you go.
And, that's where I'm on it.
Yeah. Because I honestly don't believe that you should have to kill a fish to secure a world record. Like I said, that 58 by 29 that weighed 58 pounds, you could almost base the formula right there that it matches the length per pound. There's so many variables that I just don't feel it necessary to kill a fish to state a world record. Dale?
I totally agree. In our boat now, after we caught that big fish, I ordered myself a Chatillon certified scale. I have the Frable cradle in my boat, and doing quick math, length times girth, if something's over 60 pounds or 65 pounds, we're going to weigh it.
There you go.
It's going to go in there, and we're going to weigh it, and we're going to submit it.
Awesome.
Are we going to kill it? I don't think so.
No.
I have more fun watching these fish swim away than we do catching them.
There you go. Dale, thank you so much for your time. And, folks, Muskies Canada, we're always looking for new members. And hit up, if you're in the Ottawa area, hit up my buddy Dale. And he's pick his brain. He's a wealth of knowledge for Muskie and the St. Lawrence and the Ottawa River. Dale, thank you again for stopping by the show.
You're very welcome, Ben.
Brought to you
guys
by
have a great night.
AnglersChoice.ca, the Angler's Choice in handmade soft plastics. Also presented to you by Handlebars Muskie Lures, Zing the Bling, Frantic Big Game Baits, Keith's Trophy Fishing, Fish NV Guide Service, and Husky Muskie Leaders. You're listening to Ben McQuinney Outdoor Radio. Hey gang, I just want to let everybody know that the Reno Viola Outdoor Radio Network is now available on iTunes, so if you're stuck in traffic and wish you were somewhere else, click on the iTunes app and download the Reno Viola Outdoor Radio Network to catch all your favorite shows, including this one, Ben McQuinney Outdoor Radio, right here on the Reno Viola Outdoor Radio Network. All right, folks, we have a special guest with us today here on the Ben McQuinney Outdoor Radio show on the Reno Viola Outdoor Radio Network. Good buddy and weekly segment host of On the Water with the Assassins, Robert Conley. Rob, how you doing?
Fantastic, Ben. How are you?
Good. It's been a while since we've done this. It's good to have you on the show in person, as opposed to your spot where there's really no interaction. But you leave some great tips, and I hope our listeners enjoy you guys. So maybe we can get a vote of confidence.
We hope that they enjoy things too. It's something that we like to just kind of throw out there, and if a few people kind of learn something from it, then I guess we're helping out. So.
There you go. That's the important thing, right? Because we're here to teach other people how to fish and enjoy the outdoors. So how's the weather?
It's cold.
Excuse me. I'm excuse me. This is horrible. I don't know how these radio guys do it, but I'm trying to nurse a little bit of a cough here. It's been I'm sure I've left evidence in my last podcast of snorts and coughs and hacks throughout the show, so I do apologize, folks. But it is cold, and that's one of the things Rob and I are going to talk about is being a bucket angler for ice fishing. I probably last few times I've been privy to have a shelter, but you and Rob, folks, they fish. You guys fish solely on buckets. How do you?
Very comfy chairs more than buckets.
Okay.
But yeah, we when we go out, we like to pack a little lighter, and we don't. I know that there's a ton of tip over type things that you can get, but we don't have any yet. So for us, we just we hit the ice sans shelter. So some people call us crazy, but it's something that if you're prepared for and have the right gear and such, then it's no problem. you deal with what you deal with. You deal with the conditions you get on your day off. So.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is too, I guess without the extra burden of having to tear down and move, you guys are more mobile that way.
Well, and that's the thing is, like with setting up in different areas and in different areas, we like to move around quite a bit. So, whether it's go this past week where it's minus 30 or whether it's minus 5, it's we still like to work multiple holes, and it's a little harder when it's a little colder to keep those holes from freezing over throughout the day. But it's always good to just walk along and punch them every now and then, check them all the time, and we like to bounce back and forth all day, no matter what the conditions are. So.
Nice. So, I always talk layering. It's important to layer properly. Otherwise, you're going to get cold really fast. So, give our listeners a couple quick tips on how they can ensure to stay warm on cold days like today, because there's no precipitation, there's no real indication of wind. It should be a good day, I would think, out there.
Well, a couple of big, I'm going to say one of the biggest things that we stress is not to sweat beforehand. A lot of people don't think that, and they layer up in their house and get ready to go out, jump in their truck, and then they drive, half hour, 45 minutes, an hour to their fishing holes. And if you're layered up that much, you will sweat underneath. The problem is once you get out into the elements, then by sweating beforehand, it'll actually give you a chill. So it's something that they stress when you are out in the elements is to not sweat too much when you are layered up. But think about it in your car on the drive there. Like, we leave a lot of layers off. We kind of just, track pants and a hoodie when you get in the car for the drive, just to make sure that we don't overheat too early.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that you don't really think of it because you're thinking you're getting ready for the elements and you're dressed up in all your clothing, and by just taking your coat off, can be a big difference on its own. So.
Exactly. And that's one thing that I noticed too. You're sitting in your shanty or whatever, and you start getting hot, and the bonus of properly preparing to go out into the cold is that you have layers that you can now remove to basically regulate your body temperature, because it's way better to have and not need than need and not have.
Yeah, of course. That's something where in the car ride, it's something that people don't see that, whether it's that 15-minute drive or whichever, it's just important to make sure you're not overheating then, because it'll make you feel colder once you do get out on the ice.
Absolutely.
Once you're out there, there's, some tips that you can do. We're huge fans of the hot packs. It's $2 to get a pair, shake them up, throw them in your gloves all day long.
Yep.
It allows us not to have to put our heavy-duty gloves on all the time. We can usually leave our lighter gloves, even in the coldest conditions.
Yep.
You have your heavy-duty gloves off most times because those hot packs will keep your hands working, which is important.
Absolutely. Folks, we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to have some more tips and a fish story with Rob Conley from the Bassassins right here on Ben McQuinney Outdoor Radio on the Reno Viola Outdoor Radio Network.
Ben McQuinney Outdoor Radio and Ben McQuinney Outdoors have combined forces with the Toronto Sportsman Show to give you more outdoor action. Listen to special hints and tips in each episode and posting across the Ben McQuinney Outdoor Network for your chance to win a ticket to the Toronto Sportsman Show, Canada's biggest and best outdoor show, February 6th to the 9th. Stay tuned.
No, seriously, the 3D glasses, it sharpens everything. They're almost, you could say, polarized, but I don't think so. But I get funny looks when I wear them in public.
Oh, yeah?
Anyways, folks, we're back with Rob Conley from the Bassassins, and you can catch him every week right here on Ben McQuinney Outdoor Radio. And we're just talking about how to stay warm on these cold days, ice fishing. And Rob, what about this big pike through the ice? Tell us about that.
Oh, it was, well, you know what, we were out fishing a little point that we had fished before. Usually you spend your morning playing with saugers and, you know, panfish and crappie and such. The odd walleye will cruise through. So we were out playing on just just off a hump, and I was actually with a new fishing friend of mine that I was teaching how to ice fish.
Yeah.
Tip to all those about the cold: do not stick your arm down an ice hole when you fish. Something that my new fishing partner learned very intensely that day. That's for sure. But anyway, so I was helping him out with that situation.
Yep.
And walked back to my flasher and kind of announced that the school was back because I had bars on the bottom, and I started to jig a little bit. The red bar itself kind of moved in as one bar, and so I nicely told him that either the school is back or it's one big fish. And before I could finish my sentence, I had a fish on. So it was a much more of an exciting fight on my little teardrop than the panfish I was catching, that for sure. But it was a nice size pike. It's my biggest pike landed on a rod today, so I won't complain.
There you go. We'll take it. It counts.
Yes.
So, Rob, you have quite the following, and congratulations again going into 2014, hooking up with a wonderful Canadian company of Streamside. So I'm really excited for you and Rob, and again you're with Fish Bum again this year, and that's fantastic. You have some fans that are my fans. Why don't you pick a fan and give one of the Toronto Sportsman Show tickets away?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I did a random look through things last night to see who's in the area and who would enjoy it, and I think TJ Senior would be a great. I think he might want to go to the show. I think he might want to. So.
All right. So, TJ Senior, you are a Toronto Sportsman Show ticket. It's at the Direct Energy Exhibition Place, February 6th to the 9th. And you can either get in touch with Rob or myself and just follow the instructions, and we'll get this ticket out to you. Well, Rob, it's been a pleasure. I'm just glad it's as cold there as it is here, and tight lines. And we'll catch you next week for another great tip.
All right, sounds good. Sounds great, Ben. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye now.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3D glasses, it brings everything into focus, and you don't miss anything because it's in 3D, so everything's coming at you. So like I think they'd make the next best polarized fishing glasses. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe.
Folks, I have Carrie Cartwright on the line, who is the Vice President of the Ontario Women's Anglers Association. Carrie, it's such a pleasure to have you on the line.
Thanks, Ben. Pleasure for me, too. Thank you so much.
So you sound like you're battling a little bit of a cold.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah?
The weather this week.
Lots of snow where you are?
Lots of snow. Yeah, the snowbanks are really high right now. So.
Perfect. Well, perfect for the people that don't have to shovel.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we're all out there shoveling and got the John Deere and plowing the driveways. So, yeah, and more to come, too, so we'll be busy with that today.
Yeah. Well, the Ontario Women's Anglers Association is ready, raring to go for 2014. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's a project that we've been working on for the last 9 months or so. It's the Ontario Women Anglers Association, and it was brought to me. The idea was brought to me by the name of Heather Reed, and we've been working on it. And basically, what it is we're a non-for-profit organization which welcomes female anglers of all skill levels, and we're going to foster the development of future anglers through educational opportunities and to experience the outdoors. What we have planned for 2014 is 2 seminars, one in the spring and the fall, and we're going to have guest speakers, indoor prizes, and lunch, and it's going to be an all-day event, and women can come and listen to our guest speakers and learn more about fishing and inspire them to embrace the outdoors.
Fantastic. And is there a cost for the event?
We're working on that right now. There might be a small fee.
Okay. All right. Wonderful. And is there a specific age category for you ladies that can come out to these seminars and whatnot?
No. Everybody is welcome.
Fantastic. Well, Carrie, wealth of knowledge out there. Carrie is Love at First Bite on Facebook there, and she's always doing the Simcoe Open. Tell us a little bit about that, and then you can give some plugs to your Canadian sponsors, and we'll send you on your way.
Sure. I fished the Bass Pro Lake Simcoe Open tournament. It's Canada's premier one-day bass tournament, and it's held on Lake Simcoe, which holds trophy smallmouth bass. And I fished that for the past few years with my husband. It's held in October, so that we can try to produce big bags of fish. And most of Canadian anglers show up for this tournament, and it can be very cold. It can be nasty out there, but it's always a challenge. Lake Simcoe is a challenge all on its own. It doesn't matter what time of the year you're fishing it. It's a very clear lake. Due to the lots of gobies, these smallmouths have really grown rapidly in the past few years. I really enjoy fishing that tournament as well.
And what's your favorite technique when you're out there on that tournament, Carrie?
I find that the drop shot it works for me. I've had a lot of success in all of my big fish, even surprise pike and muskie I've caught on the drop shot, and I always use X-Zone slammers. They seem to work very, very well.
Yeah, that's true. The X-Zone slammers. I usually have a pack of 3 Canadian plastics in my boat at any time when I'm drop shotting. X-Zone's one of them.
Yes, I always use X-Zone, and they also have a great swim bait called the Swammer as well. And instead of tubing, I use the Swammer on a football jig head to drag instead of dragging a tube, and it mimics a goby very well. Since the gobies have no swim bladder, they're always low to the ground and they kind of scoot around the sand and the rocks. So it mimics the gobies extremely well, and the smallmouth just they can't resist them.
Any tips for some ladies out there and any other Canadian sponsors you want to give before I send you off, Carrie?
Yes, I would like to thank my sponsors, Fishbone Outfitters, and I'm with Okuma High Performance Rock Reels, Live Target Lures, Maui Jim, the World Fishing Network.
Well, there you go. That's a lot. And a tip now. Give us a tip, Carrie, for the ladies.
For the ladies?
Yeah.
Like what kind of tip?
I don't know. You're a lady angler.
Wow, I don't know. You kind of stumped me on that one.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait to see you at the show this year. This is going to be great. Folks, she's no different off camera than she is on camera. She's a bundle of joy, good laughs, wealth of knowledge, and you can catch Carrie and I floating around the Toronto Sportsman Show and the Spring Fishing and Boat Show this year. Carrie, thank you so much, and once again, I just want to congratulate you and the ladies Fishing 101 as well as the Ontario Women's Anglers Association. It's so nice to see you ladies have something to call your own.
Outdoor Radio,
thank you very much, Ben. Thank you for having me on.
AnglersChoice.ca, the Angler's Choice in handmade soft plastics. Also presented to you by Handlebars Muskie Lures, Zing the Bling, Frantic Big Game Baits, Keith's Trophy Fishing, Fish NV Guide Service, and Husky Muskie Leaders. You're listening to Ben McQuinney Outdoor Radio.